Welcome to Beauty in Bloom. My name's Tanya. If this is your first time here, welcome. If not, welcome back, friends. Today we are talking about how to live your best life and some of the habits that you should adapt to move forward. So, if you want to see what are some of the tools that I use to make my life better, please keep watching. Okay, let's get started. I'm just gonna put some Aquafor on my lips. And I'm gonna prime today with, I'm gonna use the Milk Hydro Primer, but I wanna use a little bit of the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer on my T-zone. So I'll do that first. And I'm just pressing this into the skin. When you use pore primers, you want to go downward and press into the skin. It's a gloomy day outside, but I'll bring the sunshine. Now I'm gonna use the Hydro Primer. This is great stuff, by the way, if you've never tried it. This will definitely help your makeup to stick to you and last all day. And I just got a little baby one. I think it's like 15 bucks. They have it in a bigger size. Okay, and now I'm going in with my All-in-One Glow Tinted Moisturizer by YSL. My favorite. You want to make sure you get in your hairline and your ears too, if you don't want to be looking crazy. And always go down your neck. Nothing worse than having a line where your foundation stops. Okay, now we're going to go in with a little Shape Tape and light sand. Okay, now I'm going in with Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder in number 2 medium. Okay, and I'm going in with Hoola by Benefit today. And for blush today, I'm going in with Cover FX Soft Peach. For highlight, I'm going in with Wet n Wild Precious Petals. For my lip, I'm going in with Huda Beauty Spice Girl. And Dose of Colors Desert Suede. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do with our eyes today. And we're gonna talk about ways that I started to really live a great life for myself. Like how, you know, I got over bad relationship and just started to stop doubting myself and enjoying time alone. That's like one of the biggest things. Like I know a lot of people who don't like to spend time alone, but I really enjoy my alone time. Like people would ask me like to go out and do things and I'd be like, nope, I'm gonna be chilling in my bed. You know how much I love to sleep. And I like just would be home in my room listening to music, you know, just really enjoying my alone time. And at the same time I was taking care of my parents, so it was, you know, stressful and a lot of work on me when I would be working, you know, all day, then come home and have to take care of my parents, and you know, their health wasn't great and I'd have to, you know, really like do a lot. So that's why I would just go into my room and just kind of, you know, meditate, take care of myself, whatever I had to do. So that's like one of the things that I did and I loved it. Okay, so I think I'm going in the Softglam palette and I'm gonna put the lightest shade here on my brow bone first. The next thing that I started to do, well, I always would celebrate people like their wins. Like I've always been happy for other people. You have to stop letting society and your friends and family tell you how to live. Like you can't live like that. You have to live your own life. And in my opinion, I say follow your passion. I know that's not gonna work for everyone, and sometimes, you know, your families have, you know, your plan for your life all lined up. Like go to college, you're gonna be a nurse, a lawyer, you know, whatever it is. But for me, that wasn't gonna fly. Like I always had to do what I wanted to do. And my parents they always let me fly, you know what I mean? It was like the greatest thing. But a lot of people don't have that luxury and, you know, might have to work a full-time job and then, you know, have a side hustle of your passion or your hobby. And I did that for a long time. Like, I mean, I worked in the dental field for many years, like 15 years. And before that, I worked for like a credit union, like Navy Federal Credit Union. So, I mean, I've done, you know, different things in my life. And I actually went to massage school after high school. But I worked full time, had my son, and went to school at night. So, I'm telling you, I've had a busy life. Anyway, so I would work in the dental field, take care of my parents, and, you know, do makeup. Like I started getting into YouTube like back in like 2011 or 12, just watching different videos. And I always was into hair and makeup and would do everybody's hair and makeup that I knew, like my mom's, my friends, whatever. And so then I went to the Aesthetic Institute in Vienna, Virginia, and came out of there and just never looked back. Like I was like, this is like what I want to do. I love this. And I always wanted to do a YouTube. Even back in 2014, I like bought cameras, bought lights. I mean, I bought everything that I needed basically to start a YouTube, and I let fear hold me back. Fear of the unknown, fear of rejection, fear that people wouldn't like me. And it wasn't until 2019 when I was laid off from a job, and that same day that I was laid off, a good friend of mine that I went to massage school with actually called me, and she's like Native American, and like she is always in tune with like, you know, spirituality and the universe, and like we vibe on that level a lot. And that same day she called me and was like, listen, you need to start a YouTube, Tanya. Like, why haven't you started YouTube yet? Like, you have the best personality. People will love you. Like, you know, you're funny, you're charismatic, you're kind, compassionate. Like, you need to start this YouTube. I know, like, you can make it successful and, you know, whatever. So when she called me that same day and I told her, wow, you know, I just got laid off, like this and that, I was like, you're right. You know what? I need to stop letting fear hold me back. So that's what I did. Like, the next day, I made my first video. And I was scared. Don't get me wrong. Like, when you put yourself out there in the world for everyone to see, it's scary. And I was nervous. But I prevailed, and you know, I might not have a lot of subscribers now, but I know that I believe in myself that much that I'm just gonna keep pushing, keep going, keep creating content, and of course I'm gonna get better with it. And you know, that's just what happens. You grow. I look back on my first videos and I'm like, wow, like I've really come a long way in just this little bit of time. And the sky's the limit. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with this burnt orange in my crease. So you know, I really believed in myself, and I think I've always really believed in myself. Like, anything that I like do, I give my all. So I strive for excellence in anything I do. So believing in myself was something I always did. I always had confidence, a lot of confidence, and I carry myself with confidence. And I think that's a great thing that, you know, a lot of people have challenges with. So, and they look to other people for their happiness, and that's just not something that I did. I mean, of course I want people to like me and to watch my videos and to like my videos, but the reality is not everybody is gonna like you and they might not want to see you win, and that's reality, and I'm aware. I just don't care. So let's back it up. After I got out of the Aesthetic Institute and started actually, you know, doing makeup for people and things like that, I really had to invest in myself and invest in other artists that like are teaching, you know, their techniques or, you know, things like that. And so I started to do that, and I went to a makeup course that Rennie Vasquez was having. And at the time, I think this was 2014 maybe too, and you know, he was telling his story, and he just believed in himself and kept going. And you know, God works in mysterious ways. You know, you might not see how you're gonna make it or how you're gonna get to that point, but he will put people, strangers, in your way. He will have you meet people, and that can like take you far. And I also like, I just had to stop making excuses for why I didn't want to start my YouTube, because that's what I was basically doing for 4 years, like making excuses because I was scared to put myself out there. I mean, and I had like a lot of people, friends and family, that would always make fun of me for posting my selfies on social media all the time, and they'd call me the selfie queen. And I was at a party one time for someone else, and I ran into someone that I went to high school with and used to like date my brother back in the day. But she was like, "Oh, you're a makeup artist? Is that why you're always posting your selfies on social media?" And I was like dumbfounded, because I thought everyone knew that I was a, you know, makeup artist, because I would, you know, put like hashtags, you know, makeup artist, and list the makeup that I was, you know, wearing. And, you know, like, I'm not just putting my selfies up there because I want everyone to look at me and say, you know, "Oh, that's Tanya." Like, no, I wanted you to look at me and say, "Wow, she really knows, you know, how to do makeup, and it looks great, you know, maybe I should like hire her for my next special event." I mean, it was slow getting started, like, of course, because a lot of people don't value makeup, and you have to build the value up in yourself. Like, you have to, you know, keep getting better and keep practicing, and, you know, just keep working at it. And that's what I did. I got a job with Estee Lauder as a freelance makeup artist, and still working at my dental job, and I would work, you know, with Estee Lauder on the weekends. And I loved it. Like, this was like, I mean, I love to be in, you know, like Macy's and different places, just meeting different people and experiencing, you know, different skin and different textures. And just, I just learned so much more. And to keep, you know, investing in myself and building my knowledge. And I went on from Estee Lauder and went on to a couple other freelance companies, like Stila, Becca, and ended up with Yves Saint Laurent. You know, you live and you learn. Okay, and I think I'm gonna put this sultry color on my lid. Kind of dark. So anyway, so I'm gonna put the rose pink on top of it. Yeah, that's better. I didn't want it so dark. And so basically I had to create my own happiness instead of sitting around waiting for magic to happen or someone to miraculously come find me and want to manage me. And so I love, and then the pandemic happened this year, so we were forced to not be able to work. And I feel like that was like a blessing in disguise for me, because I was able to spend more time with my father, whose, you know, health was declining, and we didn't even realize it was declining the way it was. But I was able to spend that time with my dad and every day since I was home with the pandemic. And so I was able to start making more and more YouTube videos. And so that's what I did. Like, I just started putting myself in gear and learning everything there was to know about YouTube. I mean, from editing, everything you see is all done by me. Everything. Like the whole setup was by me. All my editing is by me. And it's a lot of work. Like, people don't realize how much I actually put into these videos. And if they did, I think that they would maybe, you know, value them a little more. But it's tough coming up with content that people want to see, or use products that people want to know about, or, you know, things like that. And I had to like learn how to, you know, edit them. What software I was gonna use to edit them. I mean, I had to like figure all of this out, and it's not easy to do, believe me. Maybe I'll do a video on that separately. Let me see what I want to do. I'm gonna put on some Teddy eyeliner by MAC. I mean, my mind is so strong. My mind is very strong. When I make my mind up that I want something or I'm gonna do something, I do it. But anyway, so I had to unplug from the noise of others that were like, you know, making fun of me or hating on me. I mean, a lot of people will try to talk you out of what you're doing, or it's a waste of time, or you're never gonna like make any money doing that, you know, things like that. But my advice to you is to get rid of the noise and focus on your dreams and your goals and make that shit happen. And that's exactly what I was gonna do. And that's what I'm in the process of doing. Yeah, so that's all the things that I've had to do to start. Stop! I'm trying to talk. He hears a dog barking outside, so he has to talk back, and he knows better. So I'm going in with Wet n Wild Megalength on my lower lashes. Yeah, so I'm trying to reinvent myself here, trying to give the people what they want and figure out how to do it. And I'm going in with the YSL Effit Faux Cils on my upper lashes. I don't know what happened to my lashes on this side. Can you see? It's from like wearing my sleep mask. It's bending my lashes in all kinds of different ways. Oh well. Can we talk about my new Beauty and Bloom on the back wall? You guys like it? It's from 48 Hour Monogram, if anyone wanted to know. They do a great job. Life can be a beautiful journey, a crazy ride, or a big adventure. You know, it really just is about the choices you make and how you want to live. It's all up to you. In each moment, you choose which side of it you're going to embrace, and it all affects your mind, body, soul, your present, your future, the people in your life. So you need to adapt some of these choices and, you know, really need to make improvements, I should say, in your life to really start living the life you want to live. Okay, and this is the finished look. Hopefully you like it and you got some inspiration to change some things in your life, or to get a fire lit underneath you, to give you some confidence, some self-awareness. Yeah. I'm always trying to help other women and empower them and lift them up, and that's what I'm here to do. So, please comment below one of the ways that you are improving your life during the pandemic. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave those below as well. Thank you for joining me today and sharing the day with me. I really, really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Have an awesome day.